Hello, everybody. Welcome to this briefing topic episode of the Squad Room. For this episode, I have one question for you. Are you prepared to fight in the shade? In late August of 480 BC, King Leonidas and his Spartan army were camped along the narrow coastal pass between the Aegean Sea and Mount Killodroma. Leonidas and his 7,000 soldiers had marched there earlier in the year to block the advance of King Xerxes and his massive Persian army, a force 20 times larger than that of the Spartans. This coastal pass, known as the Hot Gates, or Thermopylae in Greek, was the only land passage north to south along the peninsula large enough for an army the size of the Persians. If a battle was coming to the Spartans, it was going to be there. When Persians approached the pass, they held their attack as Xerxes sent emissaries to Leonidas demanding surrender of their arms. Spartans were great warriors, but it was enough to give some soldiers concern over their seemingly inevitable fate. At the sight of thousands of Persian archers, more archers than the entire Greek force, a soldier approached Leonidas to complain that once the battle began, the Persians' arrows would be so many that they would block out the sun. Leonidas replied, "Good, then we shall fight in the shade." There are several lessons to take from this story that I think translate to law enforcement. To me, the most important one is the mindset that we should welcome adversity and relish the difficulty of the situation that we, as law enforcement officers, are presented with. Facing overwhelming odds, it's doubtful that Leonidas had any misunderstanding about his fate on that narrow pass. His was a certain death, along with the other men who stayed to fight. But that didn't color his perspective of the opportunity to fight in the shade. Surely the darkness the arrows would bring meant death and destruction. So how does this relate to law enforcement? Death is certainly part of our profession. Our brothers and sisters die every year. They die defending the defenseless and the ungrateful, the thankful and the repentant. They die saving mothers, daughters, sons, fathers, brothers, sisters. They die saving the dregs of society and the best of society. They're brothers and sisters in blue. They are the best we have to offer. For those of us that remain behind on terra firma, we have an obligation both to our fallen comrades and to our society we're sworn to protect. We must fight in the shade. The criminals, the media, the small but very vocal minority, they are the arrows that darken our sky. They are the ones who draw insults and accusations and critiques from their quivers to sling at us. And like Leonidas, we are as easily outnumbered as the Spartan warriors. So, we must fight in the shade. To fight in the shade, we need to be calm, ready, prepared. We need to be deadly and kind. Guardians and warriors both, polite and suspicious. We need to be the quiet professionals. When these agitators sling their arrows into the sky to drown our days, we need to thank them for the opportunity to show them what real, true citizen leadership looks like. We need to live it, we need to breathe it, and we need to demonstrate it. But we don't need to speak of it. We must not fall victim to the bait, to the antagonists committed to showing that we as individuals choose our ego over the role as protectors and defenders, as those who are expected to set the example for the rest of our society. Don't take the bait. Don't let your union take the bait. And don't let your department take the bait. Any cop with any time on will tell you that it is impossible to explain this job to the general public, that no matter how sympathetic or supportive they are, they just don't understand the totality of the job unless they've strapped on that vest, snapped on the Sam Brown, and left their family to go chase that darkness. So if they'll never understand, why should we expend such effort? Should we exhaust ourselves with blustery op-eds to the local paper or press releases from the union denouncing every anti-cop social movement or politician? Or should we fight in the shade? Is there an opportunity here to show the public yet again why we are who we are? Why only about 1% of those who want this job actually end up in the uniform? Why we are in fact expected to set the example for our fellow citizens? This doesn't mean that we should shut out the rest of the world, become insulated, and cease communication with these entities that don't understand us. We must continue to engage them and educate them when possible. But we must do it quietly, almost silently. We do this through our actions, our deeds, our values, and our beliefs. We will never convince the naysayers with just words. So why are we trying so hard? Why are we trying to deny that the arrows are coming to darken our sky? Instead, we should just fight in the shade. Know that the arrows will be slung. Know that the barbs and the angry talking heads are coming for you. Know that someone is out there right now who wants to see you destroyed. Know that there are people who are offended by your presence. They're disgusted by you. Know this. Accept this. And even with this, we still go to work. We still serve, protect, and defend the defenseless, the downtrodden, the egotistical, and the maniacal. We will defend them all. Every last one. But here's the thing, you and I. We have a secret. We know that our world and our freedoms cannot exist without us, that we are truly the thin line between chaos and comfort, and that all the naysayers need us, despite their objections. We complete each tour having advanced the entirety of our democracy moving forward. This job isn't our gift to our country, though. It's the country's gift to us. We won. We won the integrity lottery. We won the birthright to this profession. So let them sling the arrows high into the sky. Smile and be happy to fight in the shade.